Hello and welcome to another episode of, in a nutshell, Cyrils Brettspiele. My name is Nils and today we are Vikings in Spoils of War. Spoils of War is a new game from Arcane Wonders, and yeah, it's technically a dice rolling bluffing game. If you have ever played Liar's Dice, this is Liar's Dice with a theme. If you have not, no worries, I will explain everything. You have a couple of dice in here, as you can see in a 5-player game. Each person gets 6 dice. Let's start with that. Then you have this cups here to roll the dice. So all the components are really handy and helpful. There are a couple of extra dice in the game. Some people can get more extra dice. You have some loot cards. I will show you them. They have two different things. In a 5-player game, you will have 11 loot cards here in the middle. So, blah. If there's this symbol on it, it's an artifact. It stays face down. So other than that, you simply flip all of them over until you flip over 11 here. Now we have 11 cards here. The rest cards would go out of this game, at least for the round. By the way, you play 9 rounds of this game, and 3 rounds level 1, and then 3 rounds level 2, and 3 rounds of level 3. You also have the screens here. I show you these screens in a second. Behind the screen, each player has $70, and you have this token, Challenger or Declarer. I explain that in a second. So we already filled up that, so step up is this treasure setup, then roll dice, and then bidding. Let me show how this works. Everybody is rolling his dice, obviously like this. Now you peek secretly, only you under this cup here. So you see I have a 6, 2 sixes, a 5, a 4, a 2, and a 1. And now the chieftain, whoever is the chief, the Viking chief here, let's assume it is me right now at the beginning of the game, I would start bidding. And I'm bidding on all dice under these cups. So together we have 30 dice, right? 6, 12, 18, 24, and 30 dice. And I would guess altogether we have 6 sixes. Now he can just bid more. For an example, he can say 7, and he's peeking under his. Oh, take a look. He has 3 twos. So he is saying 7 twos. He can think about going more by 8 twos or 7 threes, 4 fives, or 6. So adding more on pips or more dice. Both is also available, but usually you add only one more thing until someone is challenging you. Let's assume he has no 6s. He has a 6, so he would believe me probably 7 twos is a lot of. So he is taking a look. He has no 7 twos, so he is challenging him. Then he is a declarer. He declared 7 twos, and he is a challenger. Now the other 3 people deciding secretly, do they want to support the challenger or the declarer, or based on your own dice. So he has just 1. The average is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, that would be it's brutal. So he's declaring going with the declarer. So he believes that they are 7s. Now you're bidding money. Any number from your 70, but the lowest bid is 5. Let's assume you would bid $12 here. So all the others are bidding as well. Now we lift the cups and count 1, 2, 3 twos. No. 4 twos. 5 twos and 6. So obviously everybody who was a declarer, and he has to bid by the way as well, is losing his money. At the end of the game, money is worth 1 victory point. From the winner team, the person with the highest bid becoming the next chief of the Vikings and can start next round again. He can always pick if he wants to start bidding, or can pick someone else. But more important is he is getting 3 treasure cards. Now he can pick treasure cards from here. He can also pick the artifact cards, but they are face down. And he is getting 2 because 3. He had the highest bid, and everybody else in descending order getting 2 picks out of here. That was now the bidding, the place bets, the reveal dice, and divide the spoil steps. And now you start over. You simply refresh all of the treasures, whatever was not taken, and so on. It is completely based on luck, obviously, and it's completely blind bidding. That is the beauty of this game, and it's really a cool game. As always was in a nutshell, and here was Spoils of War, let me explain a little bit about my personal experiences. So the base game, the original game, Liar's Dice, is simply a dice rolling game. There is no real fanciness in it. Here they put a lot of theme on it, a lot of fanciness about Vikings, weapons, and axe here, dragon axe, all of that. So that fits really good. But when it comes down to this artifacts, they are pretty handy as well. Here you see if they are always ongoing effects, or if there's a one time, then it's an one time. With this one, I can re-roll 2 dice. They are manipulating the game a little bit. Here I can roll another extra die. I can have also both of them, then I will have always 7 dice and can re-roll 2. In a case like this, it's probably nice to try to get more 3s or whatever. So I will take this one here, and unfortunately not. But now I have first of all 1 more die, so I have a little bit of a slight advantage of more knowledge, but also I have the ability to re-roll dice. There are other cards in it that allows you to peek or even let you manipulate dice after you reveal and things like that. So this is thematically so nice, and it is so smooth. On top of that, there's another set collection for end scoring in the game, but that isn't important. That doesn't really create more fun. The fun is really the secret bidding and trying to think what your other opponents are planning, and of course bluffing. I mean, if he is saying he has 6 sixes, you would assume he has a lot of 6s, but you don't know. If you have a lot of 6s as well, let's assume he would have 4 here, and he said 6 sixes, why not saying 8 sixes or 7 sixes and making a statement? But if he bluffed and you see what I'm talking about, right? I wanted to mention one more thing. The cards here, besides set collection, they are each worth points as well, or coins/points. In level 1, it's 1, 2, or 3 coins. So some have the value of 3, like this dragon egg, and it's more valuable than a 2. For these artifacts, they have the same number. The only difference is in these artifacts you don't know which, because you're drawing them blind, you don't know their ability, and you don't know their real artifact. Is it a horn or whatever? There is one really powerful artifact, and I wanted to mention that because I think that's well overpowered, and this is this spyglass here. If you bid, and before you bid, you may peek under an opponent's cup. In this case, we have 30 dice in here. You only know 6 of your own dice. And if you can look under additional 6, you have knowledge of 12. However, in a 4-player game, you have 8 dice. Keep in mind, 8, 16, 24, 32. And if you have now the knowledge of 50% of the dice, you have such a huge advantage over the other ones that I would say, wow, that is a really, really, really powerful card. That is probably a little bit of a, I would say, they could pick that more wisely. Other than that, the game is really well done. It flows well, we always had fun. Obviously you have to have a right group for it, so it's not for strategy gamers, but that's obvious, right? And then you have a lot of fun. It's really thematic, good, and it makes a lot of fun when you play it the full 9 rounds. You can shorten it, but I would recommend it play it the full 5 rounds. One last statement before I'm getting off is, I had the feeling there was a slightly little bit of a runaway leader issue. If someone is collecting a lot of these artifacts and getting more and more dice and the ability of peaking more, he is able to beat all of that because he has so much more knowledge, especially when it comes to the spyglass. However, I mean, of course, it's a little bit more risky to bid all of that, because if you're losing 70 points, and that's the whole game. But if you can also manipulate dice after that, you are in a really good position. We had that twice, that someone won around 2, 3, 4, 5 and grabbed all the cool artifacts and had such a good run that he could not lose really. He needed to lose twice in a row to get really destroyed. Anyway, in a luck-based game, I mean, what can I say? In a luck-based game, it's all about luck, right? So this is Spoils of War. My name is Nils, Cyrils Brettspiele, and I really enjoy Arcane Wonders' new bidding bluffing version of the Liar's Dice. Thanks for watching. My name is Nils. See you next time. Bye bye.